Today is my end of the flight course, and my name is Ming Chi Ko, and it's Aviation 440. Jackson Rackley is my professor. April 15, 2025. I will be talking about the aircraft that I was using on Monday for a Seminole Piper 44 G1000. I have a one check instructor and myself on the plane, and we're gonna travel DTO to KGLE. The total travel distance is 27 nautical mile, and it's glass cockpit G1000 fuel injected aircraft. And the performance on the aircraft was 180 horsepower per engine, and it was 3,800 pounds for the aircraft. And the maneuver airspeed will be performing at 135 on this Piper 44 G1000 180. The environment on that day was weather is clear below 1 2000, but there's a couple clouds around the 3,000 and 5,000 altitude. We're trying to divert away from the clouds, and our high density altitude and aircraft performance in certain altitude have affected due to we are on high altitude and our performance become worse. That means we have more power that needed to compensate it to have a greater performance on our engine. And we are at 5,500 performing power stall, steep turn. Steep turn was the hardest one for me because you had to add some power on after you finished at the 50-degree bank. You had to add some power to maintain it so you don't lose a lot of airspeed. While that, you just gotta maintain your altitude within 100 feet. And throughout that, it was difficult because you're gonna lose your vertical lift by compensated by your horizontal lift to maintain that banking and your airspeed. And VNC demo was a fun thing to do, and one engine lost during the 5,500. I nearly lost my heading, but I still understand the basic by banking towards operating engine and 2 to 3 degree and maintain your rudder. And if your heading is lost to your right a lot, then release your if you lost your engine on the right side and you have the left side, you loosen your left side to get back to your right side. So you release your left rudder by maintaining your 2 to 3 degree banking. And throughout the flight, it was fun, and I nearly failed my emergency descent because when I come down to three, 4,000, I go a little bit over 140. But I slowly catch up. I reduce my bank and get back up to 140 or below to maintain that, and completed my emergency descent to 3,200 and get back to our cruise flight. I set it as 2422 on my manifold and 2400 on my prop. And I maintain that. I make sure that my airspeed is around 135 or maybe lower by maintaining better maneuver speed. And my external pressure was aircraft performance because it has 9 hours left before the main before 100 hours and 50 hours, and my as a passenger responsibility make sure they are safe. My passenger is a DPE and also a check instructor, so he's examined my practical flight throughout the training to make sure that I'm within the ACS standards. And there's mistake, but I always try to be ready to compensate it and be prepared. And this flight was helping me to learn that as a multi-engine certification passer, you just pass your multi-engine. Doesn't mean that you are proficient with your training. It means that you are legal to fly, but you are not proficient on your aircraft. So I will continue proficient my craft and make sure that I become better as a multi-engine instructor. And this mistake that I made throughout my check, but I always will remember it and learn it. And that's become greater every single day, day by day, and we'll push it through. And I want to say thank you to my instructor, Liberty, and it was a great time within this course. I had learned various essential point on multi-engine. I'll consider myself training to become a multi-engine instructor, and I will understand the VMC and cram loft, how that VMC happened on 23.149. And those things is really important because we just have another aircraft that are multi-engine that got into VMC demo at Florida, and it crashed and resulted in 3 people dead. And pray for them and make sure that we always stay safe as a pilot. And it's a dangerous job and high stress. So we always follow the flow and make sure that we stay consistent with it and make sure that we react and perform better. Thank you. Oh.